Pokémon Masters looks incredible, and I am super hyped for the games right now. We just had the new information drop, more trainers, more battles. Get ready for Pokémon Masters. It was like this whole premiered event. It was like a mini direct, 8 minutes of information, and it looks so good. I honestly feel like it could be the next Pokemon Go if it does get a lot of support, if it keeps getting updated, and at the worst, I see it doing as good as Pokemon Quest, if not better, just because after watching this, after seeing all the gameplay, I have been flooded by nostalgia, passion, adventure. This really captures the spirit of Pokemon, and I couldn't be happier, and I can't wait to play the games, and that is kind of the unfortunate thing right now. So the games have not come out. I did a video talking about this new information, or like the information that's going to be coming out, and I thought that meant the games were going to be coming out along with this information. So June 27th, we'll deliver a special video of the new app game Pokemon Masters. Latest information will be released at the same time around the world. Don't miss out. So I took this translation and I kind of like interpreted it differently. I thought the information will be released and then the games will be released as well around the world at the same time. Doesn't seem like that. The release date is going to be summer 2019. So sometime in the next couple months, and then it's going to be awesome. So what I want to do is I want to break down the video, kind of cover what the social media has about it, because there's just a lot of information going around, and yeah, I'll just talk about how amazing these games are. I want your feedback as well, so leave a like, comment down below, share with your friends, subscribe, ring the bell, all the YouTube shill stuff, because that's all that matters to Google in 2019, but I'm definitely going to be covering everything about these games, so if you want to get good at Pokemon Masters, then you probably need to subscribe. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to play the first part of the video because it's like an animated trailer, and this is probably like the most copyrighted thing on YouTube right now. So go check out the Pokemon channel, watch it for yourself, and then we can get that going. But if we go, there's just so much. And this was like another thing that made it just so amazing for me, is just seeing like all the rivals, all the characters, all the champions and everything just come together, really enjoying themselves, really enjoying Pokemon. Like, that's super hype. This made me feel like it's an actual Pokemon adventure, even more so than the main series games, because it really has a lot of emphasis on being the champion, being the best, especially when you have like Red and Blue, the true masters of Pokemon, just chilling there like, all right, this tournament's heating up, I like this. So it really gives a lot more character to all the characters and information like that. So then we actually get into the information itself, and, you know, they're talking about how the games work. Ken Sugimori, he was the one that did the quotes in the beginning. He's the one that did the art about it. And even then, down to the quotes, it's just the little details about this that kind of make me appreciate everything about this more. So let's actually go to the first batch of quotes, if I can find them. So, with the help of a tool called a Pokeball, the relationship between Pokemon and humans is strong in the world of Pokemon. Regardless of their age, gender, people can manifest great power through their connections with Pokemon. For both humans and Pokemon, being together is the most important thing. So really just kind of like keeping the core values of Pokemon right there. Like, that's how they open it up. That's pretty cool. And I wonder if these are going to be like little splash pages, like just quotes from Ken Sugimori as it loads or something. Trainers have preferences of type, color, and shape that influence how they choose their Pokemon. Each trainer wears clothing that matches their region's climate. For example, Erica, who's a gym leader of the Kanto region, looks like she could teach a flower arrangement. So doesn't it seem like she would like grass-type Pokemon? I hope the fun of collecting not just Pokemon, but also different kinds of trainers will bring new depth to the world of Pokemon, and that's really what I've felt throughout watching this. So now we can actually start getting into the gameplay. We have the producer from DNA, and we can see, you know, this is just amazing. All the stuff going on. So we got the trainers, looking good. I mean, rivals, main characters, different team setups. I'm actually wondering how this is going to play, because it showed like 3 different stories, or at least 2 different stories of the male and female protagonists throughout the initial trailer, and then just looking at the rest of this, I guess the end goal, maybe, you know, Blue introduces you, the end goal is beating Red. Red has that sweet redesign going on, so that's some pretty hype stuff. And yeah, then we just have gym leaders, champions, all kinds of stuff like that, other protagonists. So I'm like, how do you get like a batch of characters you get to choose from initially? How's the gacha aspect going to work? Is it just going to be like you have to grind up for points to get, you know, gym leader, random role, or a rival or something like that? It's going to be interesting to see how this happens, and I'm probably going to be spending a lot of money on it as well. So I mean, look how cool this game looks. There's going to be like supportive aspects that you can, like, you know, you have trainer abilities on top of also having your Pokemon abilities. Everything just kind of interacts. This whole thing is called a sync pair. So from the gameplay that we got, as well as the leaks about Pokemon Masters, it seems pretty straightforward. You get a trainer, they get a Pokemon, and then you just kind of interact that way. And I think it's actually a good thing that the mechanics are going to be simplified, because a Pokemon is just going to have like one weakness based off of its one typing or something, and then the battles are going to be these 3v3, 1v1s in real time. So people have been wanting a real-time Pokemon game for a while, and Pokemon Quest kind of gave that, but this also looks like it's going to do it in kind of the way that people expected. I don't think it belongs in main series, so spin-off games seem like the way to go. And one thing I really want to note right now that might actually sell this entire idea is the concept of the smartphone being your new Game Boy. You know, when you look at this, you kind of have to see it all together. So we have the GameCube as well as the Game Boy Advance. Then we have the Nintendo Wii and the DSi, Wii U into 3DS. And then now it's about the smartphone and the Switch, because we don't have a handheld anymore. The 3DS is effectively dead at this point. So where are the spin-off games going to go? You can't just load everything into Nintendo Switch. And smartphone games have just been really good. The success of Pokemon Quest, success of Pokemon Go, Pokemon Shuffle and Pokemon Duel still having like moderate audiences to kind of cycle through the games and stuff. So now you're just out and about and you have access to Pokemon on your smartphone, or you can also just pick up the Pokemon or the Nintendo Switch, or you just play it docked at home and have access to a more high quality library of games. So I feel like this is a really good way of doing it, and now you just have a gacha Pokemon game that's going to have the features that people have been wanting, while also just bringing this ridiculously immersive experience into Pokemon. So the move gauge, I guess that you have to wait for like cooldowns and stuff, and that's going to be really fun. You know, probably like abilities, hell items, stuff like that that cause the move gauge to fill up more, and then that's how the real-time aspect is going to go. So you wait for the gauge to go. Do you want 1 bar, 2 bars, 3 bars, depending on your attack? Use that. You got like a super crazy attack, and then X attack, you're going down, so those are going to be the trainer abilities. And this was kind of something that had a little bit of introduction going into Pokemon Quest. You wait for the cooldowns, you time it right, you line things up, and while it is mostly like the game playing itself, you do have that little bit of control, and this seems roughly the same. That your allies, you don't seem to have any interaction with them, so they use their Pokemon moves and abilities as support trainers as they see fit, and then you just have this 3-on-3 battle going on. Or maybe you actually have to like touch them on the bottom screen, use their moves, and then you just kind of keep up with it real time. It might be overwhelming at first, but from what I learned with Pokemon Quest, it's actually pretty manageable once you start to understand it, and you understand like the best moves, the best abilities and timings to do like that. You get your upgrades, you get your items. So this seems like it's going to be really cool, really fun, really in-depth, and then that's it. The planned release for summer 2019, and that's all of the information we got. But I mean, even though it didn't feel like a lot, like the trailer was like half of it, and the trailer was just absolutely amazing. But I mean, I think we have more than enough to go off of right here to see that's going to be pretty solid. Couple of questions, couple of things to go. Looks like you just kind of path route to route, play trainers, stuff like that. So, whoops, meant to pause it. But yeah, I'm wondering if it's like, you know, you can only battle a certain amount of trainers on a cooldown or whatever, or if your Pokemon faint, you have to wait X amount of time for them to revive. So the like time gating mechanic for the smartphones is going to be interesting, but the region looks pretty large. You know, there's a lot of information that we can now see over here about the region itself, the Paseo region. So this actually seems like a pretty cool place, and you can see a lot of different elements of this area, which is why I feel like these games are going to be so good, because I mean, you have like the champion area, which looks like it's next to the starting area, but maybe that's where your adventure goes. Then all kinds of different terrain, all kinds of different little areas, and I'm wondering if like, you know, you go from route to route, you end up in the big place, there's like some kind of major showdown or something. Either way, it does seem like a full-fledged region and a full-fledged game. So main series gameplay, but not with main series mechanics. I feel like that's a really interesting way of doing this, and then putting it into a gacha, into a more spin-off mobile kind of game. And that's why I mean, it doesn't really feel any different from like a mystery dungeon in that way, that there is still a very large and immersive world with tons of gameplay potential, and then that's going into like Pokemon Rangers, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, even like Coliseum kind of games and stuff like that. So it's not traditionally main series, but still, actually, I think Coliseum is kind of counted as a main series game. Either way, it's not traditionally main series, but there's more than enough going on behind it, and then we can even see some of the areas. Ken Sugimori, man, that's why I feel like this game is so good, because you can really see the passion coming in from the people from Game Freak that contributed towards this game, and then the championship. So it's about becoming a Pokemon Master, which is the entire goal of the game since day one, or just the franchise since day one. Want to be the very best like no one ever was. Become a Pokemon Master, and then it just kind of keeps those elements going. Now, I don't remember if the leak said something about like PvP or not, and I wonder if there's going to be like any kind of trading or something. I'll have to go back, check up on that information, then kind of compile everything a bit more. But the news drop as we have it right now seems amazing. That's why I want to know your guys' thoughts. Pretty much every time they had like a reveal, it was super hype. And I feel like there's definitely something for everyone. If you've played Pokemon and you've liked Pokemon in any capacity, there's a trainer, there's a rival, there's a champion, there's a gym leader you're a fan of. They got a cameo in this animation, or probably got, you know, someone you like got a cameo, and then it was super hype from there. So there we go, guys. Looks amazing. I'm super hyped. I can't wait to see where it goes. And hope you guys enjoy the video. Hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.